everyone, and welcome back for another episode of FMLPK. Let's get the first thing out of the way. The deadline is on Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. That is the 26th of January. So be sure to make your changes before that. And I want to remind our viewers that the FA Cup Round 4 fixtures are going to be held on the 23rd of Jan as well. So keep a lookout for those fixtures because I think all the major teams are playing, is safe for maybe Crystal Palace and Aston Villa and Newcastle. Leeds and West Brom. These are the only teams who aren't playing the FA Cup fourth round. So yeah, be sure to keep an eye out on that and do hit the like and subscribe button to help us out. The league code is on your right over here. And you can follow our Twitter handle for our final teams that are posted usually about 2 hours before the match, most of the time. Anyway, so let's get straight into it. Salman, I want to bring your team up first. You did pretty decently.
Yeah, I just checked today. I
have one more player to play.
Yeah. I have Martinez to play. I just checked my score today. In fact, just now. So I've got 102 points with the Martinez to go. If he gets a clean sheet, that goes to 108. If he doesn't, then I'm expecting 3 more points. That takes it to 105, which isn't a bad score at all, considering that I used my free hit. And I had 22 games to score off. So that's not a bad score, although I'm disappointed with a couple of things. One is obviously the big hitters didn't turn up for their matches. KDB didn't, Fernandes
None of the big hitters. Fernandes, Vardy, De Bruyne, Salah, Mane, you name it, they didn't do it.
They didn't. And I had
anything.
All of them. I had Salah, KDB, Fernandes, Vardy, Souček. They didn't do anything. I had relied on my defense. So those guys have given me good points. Stones obviously gave me good points. The mistake,
getting 2 goals.
Yeah. The mistake I did was I chose Cancelo over Diaz. Had I had Diaz, I would have had 10 more points. They were the same value. I just thought Cancelo has more assist chances, where it was actually Diaz who got the assist, which I thought wasn't an assist for him. So in any case, 102 points, maybe another 3 points tonight. I should be ending up with 105. Yeah. So not.
So that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
You've broken into the top 300,000 in your overall rank. So that's not bad. I believe you have 1.2 in the bank. So what are your plans? I think the most pressing concern for you would be addressing the KDB injury, of course.
Yeah.
And we're going to discuss that like in a minute, the replacements. Yeah. But I want to ask you, apart from KDB, are you thinking about a -4?
No.
This week?
I mean, my plan...
So that means you're telling me you're going to keep Salah and Fernandes.
I don't have Salah. I changed Salah to KDB a couple of weeks back.
Oh. Okay.
So I dumped Salah. The team you're seeing is the free hit one. I changed Salah to De Bruyne.
Okay, so you're going to keep Fernandes then?
Yeah.
And Son?
Yeah. So my planned transfer was Dyer out and Kufal in. That won't happen now, and I don't want to take a -4. -4 has I've taken a hit, I think 3 or 4 times this season. It has never worked. So I might as well just play the patience game and make one change for the foreseeable future, unless there are multiple injuries or COVID cancels a game or something. I don't plan to use. I don't plan to dock points for transfers. So KDB is going out. I don't have a choice. It's a forced
So let's
change.
discuss replacements. Who's on your radar right now?
Maddison and Harvey Barnes, one of the two. I think they're playing really well. If you look at game week 20, they're against Everton away, and then a week later they're against Leeds. So they've got a relatively nice, and then Fulham. So they've got a nice run. I think they're in very good form. So off the cuff, to be honest, I hadn't seen my team since the start of the game week. I was disappointed with the results that were coming in. And so I stopped. I mean, I was disappointed when Cancelo didn't start the first game, so I haven't checked the score. I checked today, but off the cuff, I would pull off KDB and bring in Maddison. He's obviously cheaper, so I save money, and I think he's in good form. He's taking free kicks for Leicester.
And he has 3 goals in his last 3 games.
He's got 3 goals in his last 3 games.
Yeah.
Are you worried that
he is doing
with Vardy out, it might change the Leicester setup for a bit?
Even if it does, if you look at the last 2 games, I had Vardy on and I was expecting him to get some returns. But I think once the deadline passed, I suddenly realized that Vardy normally doesn't play well or doesn't get returns at home, and both their matches were at home. And so, as it happens, in the 2 matches that Leicester played, Vardy didn't get any returns. It was Harvey Barnes and Maddison who had the lion's share of attacking returns. So even if there is a shake-up in terms of the formation, what's his guy name? Ihanicho, who's the other striker, he might come in. So Maddison will still play the central midfield, the heart of the pitch position that he has. I think he'll continue with that. So it's a straight swap. KDB out, Maddison in. Both take corners, both take free kicks, and both have potential. But KDB is out for 6 weeks.
What about James Rodriguez?
So Everton although there is a chance, I think DCL should be back this week. He's been in training. Yeah, he's back in training. It's a risk, and I mean, I've jumped positions, as you said. I'm in the top 300,000, which I need to check. In my league, I'm 6th now, so I've jumped a couple of positions. So I think there is a defensive role to my team and an offensive role. So as a defensive role, I need to bring in Maddison and stay away from Rodriguez, just to safeguard my position within the league.
All right.
Like them.
All right, understood. All right, so we're just going to move on to Murtaza's team, who we know played his bench boost, which did not work out too well for you.
Oh, not
so
enough.
Walk us through. You got 105 points.
Oh, man.
But the bench boost failed miserably.
Bench boost, captain, everything failed except for the Stones pick. I guess that was my only highlight, which kind of saved me some great.
And what about Ruben Diaz?
Yeah, so he was already on my team. I did a move. I mean, Robo failed. Everyone. Johnston didn't start. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. So I'm still taking it with grace on my chin. And then if I look at the combo, free hit and the bench boost, I wanted to average out 160 points. I would have been happy with that. I've fallen short by a few points. So I'll just take it like that. I'm sitting at 23K right now in overall rank, so can't really complain.
So that's not too bad at all.
No. So it's. I mean, tonight I might.
But aren't you a bit concerned? Like, for example, that some players who did not use their chip were maybe, let's say, only 15 or 20 points behind you for those 2 game weeks.
Just so,
and they didn't use either chip.
I was doing so much better when there was no chip in play, man. The wild card messed up my thing. The free hit, it's just.
Sorry,
so I need.
I'm interjecting. As I said, I haven't been doing any research. But in addition to Maddison and Harvey Barnes, I think Gundogan is a really good choice. They're playing West Brom. And so without KDB, I think he's a certain starter, and he's been getting super returns.
On penalty.
And on penalty duty. So Gundogan would also be a great choice. So one of the 3 I would get in.
He definitely would be.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so back to Murtaza. Okay, so you did pretty decent, all things considered, for these last 2 weeks. Now, what I feel like your hand is forced as well, because you have Jamie Vardy in your team. and obviously you need to dump him and get him out. And who's the name that you're thinking of to replace him?
Yeah, the planned transfer was Robo downgraded to a Shaw, and my Suchek was going to become KDB. So that's out the window now.
Okay.
And Robo will still go out. I'll get in maybe not Shaw. I'm thinking about Maguire as a Man U asset in the defense. And that will give me enough funds to go Vardy to Kane. But at the same time, Kane has Liverpool this game week, and I'm also looking at getting in a Villa asset because they have some doubles that might come up on the horizon in the next 6 game weeks. So
I just want to point out about Tottenham that they play Liverpool, Chelsea, City, and West Ham in the next 6 game weeks.
They do, but these two are the best fantasy assets in the game right now. And Kane is the best forward. If you look at it, the gap between him and the next best is Vardy. And if you look at it, it's a good 20-30 points. So there is no comparison there. I think he's delivering. But I might hold off on that Robo downgrade, and I might just do Vardy to Watkins and then bring in Kane the week after.
Yeah.
Now that is a good transfer in my opinion, because I think Ross Barkley's return to fitness and I saw him play against City.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he drives the ball, I feel like Grealish and Watkins both stand to benefit tremendously from his return.
That was start of the season, how fluid he was looking with Barkley and Grealish in form. So the only thing is
definitely.
El Ghazi and Traore are also looking very good. So I don't want to mess with the midfield. If I go midfield, it would be Grealish, hands down. And I think Watkins is a good bet. And then my Adams becomes Kane the week after. So I avoid the minus this week and just do that transfer.
So I just want to throw one more name in there instead of Vardy, just like food for thought. How about Antonio of West Ham?
Yeah.
So my hand's kind of strapped. I want to do that, but Suchek, I had tripled up on West Ham, and now I need to get rid of all these. That's why I wanted to get the bench boost out of the way, because my structure was totally towards the bench boost, and now I don't want to be like held hostage to the structure. So Johnston, I mean, I'll ride these guys till the wild card, maybe to game week 25 or something. But ek karke, I'll have to dump this fund transfer. KDB not being in the plan helps make it easier. But so yeah. Priority is Man U and Villa assets for me right now.
Okay. And you were talking about downgrading Robertson. So I was just thinking about that, and I'm looking at the season ticker, the fixture difficulty thing. And defensively speaking, why not someone from Crystal Palace?
Yeah. They have Mitchell, man, 3.9, lock it. They have an insane...
between game weeks 22 and 28, they play, I believe, 5 teams that are in the bottom 6 of the Premier League right now.
Yeah, you're right.
So something to consider as well.
Yeah, and I think Mitchell has been starting. So
he's back because he Patrick Van Holt is out.
Yeah, so he's played the last 4 games, and they've kept 2 clean sheets in the last 4 games.
If you look at that, that's another point. They're no longer they've defensively gotten better the last 2 games, so not letting through that easy.
I mean, well, against Crystal Palace, they played against City last, so they got thrashed 4-0 there. But I mean, that was bound to happen.
Mitchell has made a difference, point being.
Yeah, but of course. I mean, I think he's gotten the majority of his points this season, or at least half of them from the last 3 games. So yeah, he's definitely back in the fray, and with the way the fixtures are looking right now, yeah, it looks good. Looks good. It's a bit of a gamble because you never know what type of Crystal Palace you're going to get, but the fixtures, at least on paper, seem to indicate that a Crystal Palace defender might be a good option. Were you to downgrade a premium defender to make room for someone up top. All right. So I think that pretty much covers it. I'm going to pull up my team now.
Yeah.
I'm actually not too happy, to be quite frank with you. You know.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. You know, we know I was on the fence about KDB. Actually, I was not in favor of it. I told you that the Chelsea game was an anomaly, that Chelsea were playing horribly, and he got those points against them. And we had an indication from the manager, as we discussed, that he was kind of tired, where he didn't take that penalty, and was sort of all leading up to this no points and injury situation. Had I not gotten him in and stuck with my original team, I would have probably played Saka, who had 9 points over a single game week, as compared to KDB, who had 8. And I also wouldn't have taken that extra -4 to get him in, you know. But I mean, such is life. I got scared. I thought, like, on paper that it's just not worth the risk not having him, and how badly I've been proven wrong. Like, my initial thought was that I don't need too many double game week players.
For a bench boost.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there are, for even not a bench boost, there are single game week players who are going to put more points on the board, or an equal number of points. And case in point, Saka versus De Bruyne, or Saka versus Salah. Saka posted more points on the board than my 2 game week captain Salah did. So,
yeah,
I mean,
same as
but other than that,
props to you for having Stones and Antonio both on your team, man.
Antonio and Stones, yeah.
I think Stones is an obvious choice, but Antonio was, and when Antonio scored the first goal, first match, I messaged Omar. It was an inspired move to get Antonio on, because he had played, I think, 44 minutes in 2 of the previous games.
Yeah.
And one of the FPL managers asked me whether they should bring Antonio on or not. I said it's a risk because he hasn't been starting, and so he didn't, and Omar did. That I thought was an inspired move, and this is reminiscent of Omar bringing in Pogba when Solskjaer came in. Remember, in 2 seasons back, and I remember.
Speaking of who, he's a good move too.
Yeah, he's a good move. He's a good move.
So I want to get back to that. I haven't mentioned that on purpose. So now I have Kevin De Bruyne in my team. Okay, the names that are popping up, like we discussed, Maddison, looking super juicy. Grealish with Barkley back. I don't have Grealish also on the cards. But I'm thinking Paul Pogba, the man who made me win the mini league 2 years ago. Like, could it be? I mean, the fixtures look fantastic. My only concern is that he's played slightly deeper than as opposed to when he plays a little bit up top, where he gets more goals. I'm worried what kind of impact that will have on his output. But I am super tempted between Pogba and Grealish. And I have also been toying with the idea of dumping both Salah and Kevin De Bruyne for Grealish and Paul Pogba. That leaves me a considerable amount of change in the bank, and I'm thinking that I might upgrade Bamford to like a premium striker.
Yeah, dropping Salah is, I won't hold you against that, man. Look at the form, Liverpool and him, and they don't have fixtures coming up either. So on paper, I won't bet about that.
Yeah. Like Liverpool does have terrible fixtures now. A little grain of salt, or rather a fistful of salt, I would say. Look, Liverpool is no ordinary team. Jurgen Klopp is no ordinary man. I'm not a Liverpool fan. I fucking hate Liverpool, okay? But they are capable of turning it around on the dime. I mean, I would not be surprised if Liverpool went to Tottenham and just absolutely blasted them away. Like you'd be thinking, oh, Jose in form, they're going to sit tight and like just be very tight defensively, and nothing's going to happen. And in comes Salah, boom, 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 3 goals, and I'm just standing there like, you know what I'm saying? It's a real concern.
Yeah, Omar, I think I don't think that will happen. Liverpool are not in form, and certainly against Spurs, I would be extremely surprised if Salah scores a hat-trick against a Spurs
Let me
team
remind
which is
you,
full strength.
2 years ago, I remember, I believe a certain Liverpool team was down 3 goals to a Barcelona side. What happened in that second leg semi-final? What happened? They won the fucking Champions League, my friend.
These miracles.
Don't doubt the German. Don't doubt the Egyptian king. Don't doubt the Senegalese sensation. Don't doubt the Brazilian bright boy for me.
Don't doubt the special one.
Yeah.
and his defensive expertise. I'll tell you something. I think
I'm a Chelsea boy. I will always love Jose Mourinho. But again, I just don't. All I'm saying is I don't know what to do. Even with 5 blanks on the card, and with him nearing his longest dry spell ever, the longest he's ever gone without putting returns is 6 games.
Omar,
and in that season, he broke 200 points. So, I don't know.
That's all fine. 2 things. One, I mean, if you look at your team, I think one mistake or one thing that you held on for far too longer than you should have is Pulisic. And I think for 3-4 weeks consecutive. So the 3-4 weeks consecutive, we discussed him and he didn't give returns. The problem with Salah is he's valued at 12.5. So he's taking as much money as 2 decent players that you can get returns from. So if you don't get returns week in, week out with a 12.5 valued midfielder, he has to go out and bring him in later.
So my question to you is this. So you're advocating a -4. You're telling me that I should drop because I have to drop KDB.
No. I'm not talking about minus. I'm talking about whether Salah is going to turn around or not. I'm sure he will, but certainly not against Spurs. The week after that, maybe. Spurs, Mourinho is going to park the bus, man. Nothing short of that.
We discussed this. The only change you make is the trouble point, which is what has kept my thing on point for the season. I didn't tinker much. Let the patient run. Let it run through, man. And then, so KDB is your point.
Okay, so pick one. Pogba or Grealish?
Pogba.
My heart says Pogba. My brain says Grealish.
Pogba has been getting returns which Grealish hasn't been. I mean, overall, I would go with Gundogan.
Same price, right?
Save a ton of money. But out of these 2, I would go with Pogba.
Same.
Okay. So you can flip. Grealish has that double game week sexiness, which will be against Everton, right? That thing will get rescheduled very soon.
Oh, yeah. When it gets...
It will.
Yeah.
It will for sure.
But Pogba's run is also and you for the next 6 to 8 weeks.
Although Pogba doesn't have really easy fixtures. I mean, on paper, if you look at it, Sheffield don't concede much. Arsenal are in form. These are the next 2 matches. Sheffield have been conceding 1 goal a game, sort of a thing. Arsenal are back in form, so they're not easy matches on the face of it. I'm sure he'll get returns.
The other thing is that he might be playing deeper, which concerns me about his output.
Yeah, but he's been playing really
because that's where Ole usually likes to play him. Yeah.
I don't like Pogba, but he's getting returns.
So, yeah. No, as a human being, you don't like him?
As a Manchester United player, I don't
as a
like
player.
Anybody. He was shipped out by Sir Alex Ferguson. He was the best football manager of all time. Although I'm not a United fan.
Get to captains, man. Who are you picking?
All right. So let's move on to captains. I mean, it's a difficult choice this week, but I'm gonna have to say Salah.
Ooh.
Whoa. Okay. You're not going to do that, but
I mean, who else would you
that's
pick?
fine. So I'm whoever comes in place of KDB on my team will become captain.
Or how about Harry Kane? How about Harry fucking Kane?
Why not Bruno? Why are you not thinking Bruno?
I don't have Bruno in my team.
Oh,
I don't have Bruno.
Why don't you get him for KDB?
Nah, man, nah.
So I'm 90% sure I'm going to get Gundogan in for KDB, and I'm going to make him captain.
Wow!
They're playing West Brom. Although West Brom
what about
started
you?
scoring, but they're conceding still.
I don't want to bring up that top 6 side statistic that West Brom have. The Johnson has against top 6 sides, and like I was proven right when they played Liverpool. But anyways, probably not a good idea. What about you, Murtaza?
We don't have the time. Otherwise, I would have gotten into this debate.
I'm going to go with
We'll
Bruno.
get into it later. Don't you worry about that.
Bruno.
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
All right. So aren't you concerned at all about the impact that Pogba's inclusion has had on Bruno's output?
I do, but the guy's consistent, man. At least what I'm looking for from my captain pick, at least a safe 7-pointer. Give it to me. It's a tough week. There's no clear-cut choice. Salah's not in form. KDB would have been my sure shot captain for the next few weeks.
Yeah,
that's how. So,
same here.
So yeah, I don't know. But I like your differential pick on Kane. I like your Kane pick though. I think that's better than Salah.
Yeah, Kane is in like some superb form, you know. In fact, like I was just thinking about like, because I haven't used any of my chips, and I was thinking about like what I would do, and I'm just gonna touch on the triple captain bit over here real quick. But I mean, the way that he has played this season, you know, Tottenham have a game in hand against Aston Villa, which is surely going to be fit in somewhere. I think that will be the perfect time to play the triple captain. Then I think it will be somewhere around like game week 33 or something like that.
Wow.
That's what it's looking like. So, yeah. But I mean, more on that later. But I think for now, it's either Kane or Salah for me as captain. Unless I you know, if I fall prey to your advice again, Salman, and bring in Fernandes. Or no, who said Fernandes?
I'm going Fernandes.
You did, Murtaza? I don't want to. Honestly, what I feel like doing is right now take a -4, drop Salah, drop KDB, get in Grealish and Pogba, and captain one of the two.
So has it ever happened that we've confirmed a change while we're recording? No, right? I'm going to do it.
All the time.
No. When have we pressed the confirm button?
Wait, you're making a change right now?
I'm making my change.
Oh, okay.
I'm making my change. I'm taking.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm taking out Gundogan. I'm bringing Gundogan, taking out KDB. They're playing West Brom.
That's a great change, man. He's on penalties, dude. That's a great change.
So they've got West Brom, Sheffield, Burnley.
So after you went on and on about like Madison, you're gonna bring in Gundogan.
So I said honestly, when Cancelo didn't start the first game, I said fuck this. I'm not following. I today just now I've checked my score. For the last week and a half, I haven't checked my score. So I was nowhere near the level of knowledge that I normally add for my transfer. My transfer was simple: Dyer out, Kufal in, almost the same price and everything. But that's not happening. KDB is out, Gundogan is in, and It's done.
I like Dyer for the next 4 weeks after Liverpool. Not bad.
But West Ham have really easy matches.
Yeah.
So,
anyways, I guess we have to cut it short here.
Yeah.
Just a quick reminder again that the deadline is for Game Week 20 is on a Tuesday, 26th of Jan, 9:30 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Be sure to make your changes before that. Hit the like and subscribe button. Join our league, and watch out for the FA Cup fixtures that are going to happen on the 23rd of Jan. And good luck. क्या हुआ? क्या हुआ?
Is City playing? Oh, I swear I've made my change. Oh, God.
They are playing.
Oh, man.
That's awesome.
और हो जज्बाती, और हो जाओ.
Oh, that's
what a disaster.
ये वहाँ से लेके मैंने अंदर लिया है यार. Oh shit, man. I'm gonna pray for the guy. I'm gonna pray for the guy like I've never prayed for any football player before. Shit.
That's awesome.
इतना जज्बाती ना हुआ करो.